Hi, hello, how's it going? Today's video, I wanted to talk about the idea or the need to do something perfectly or to not be satisfied until something is perfect. This could be, it could be the way you're doing in school, right? You need your grades to be perfect because you won't accept anything less, or you need your grades to be perfect because your parents won't accept anything less. Or you need your grades to be perfect because really that's kind of the only thing you can do nowadays. But this is mainly about being perfect for yourself or for the sake of not being satisfied until your work is perfect. I have a lot of respect for people that think that way, and I think that way myself about quite a few things. If you're any sort of new to the stream or Twitch, honestly, just if you've ever seen me play Apex on stream, really, um, you'd know that I'm kind of just upset with playing like just basic public matches, because I feel like I'm wasting my time and skill as a player, which is funny in a sense, right? Because you can still be good and play public matches, but I feel like the game quality of a public match in a game like Apex is not indicative of how good you are at the game per se. Um, but I don't want this to just be about Apex. I want it to be about, a broader topic and such. I really think that the need for perfection or to end on a perfect piece of work eats away at you more than most things do, but I think it can really pay off. For example, I've been trying to get into making music recently, right? And oh my god, if that is not the hardest thing in human history to do right, I don't know what is. Because I will sit there and I'll write something, and then I'll listen to it the next day, and I'll be like, oh hey, that's not bad. And then I'll listen to it a week later, and I'll go, oh my god, I'm a loser, I need to start flipping burgers. Which is, I feel like that's a good thought process to have, because if you're not satisfied with something, why would someone else be? Even if that is the case, which, I mean, you've seen it before in other YouTubers, right? Meat Canyon, for example, is one I want to talk about. He started making, animations, right? Cartoons, whatever you want to call them. And he was good with that for a while, but he kind of got burnt out on it. And the second he wanted to kind of stray away from that, people were okay with it, but I don't think they understand why he wanted to get away from it so badly. Um, and it's the creative need to always be doing something on top of the need to always be doing something to the best ability you can. And sometimes, even if that's not enough, you want to do more. Um, back to Apex, right? I I'm very unsatisfied with when I do well if it's against people who aren't also good at the game, because I feel like that wasn't indicative of how good I am, but rather how bad they were. And that thought process, it's funny. It's bled into when I will do technically really cool things in a game, right? Like I'll 1v3 a team, right? It's a battle royale. You get the one life. I'll 1v3 a team, my two teammates did nothing, and then I get the, oh, good job, man. That doesn't feel good to me, because instead of me going, man, I'm good at the game and my teammates know it, let's go, I have the thought process of, oh my god, my two teammates are walking boobs who did nothing, and the enemy 3-man who didn't kill me sucks at the game. Which is, I think it keeps you very level-headed. It doesn't you don't really have an ego that's too crazy, but it's definitely an abrasive thought process, I guess, if you're not the person thinking it. But it's funny, because I don't really take compliments from people like that. Oh, real quick, I wanted to bring up a Twitch chat I had not too long ago. I was playing Dead by Daylight. I know, world's worst game in human history. But, I was going against a Huntress, right? Which if you don't know, Huntress is the one that can throw axes. And there's a method in the game of playing called orbitals, right? Which are just throwing axes at the sky and mapping out where it's going to land. on the floor, right? And they came into chat afterwards and said something along the lines of like, "Hey, good match, whatever," right? But then they said that they should have hit more orbitals, which again are, sky axes. And I went, oh, what did I say? I said something along the lines of, oh, it's alright, man, it happens. Which I wouldn't like if I heard that, and luckily they didn't either. And this made me respect them as a player with what they said next. They just said, I should have done better. And they didn't say much after that, but I did say, I really respect that thought process. That's awesome, man. Better. I hope you do better next time. Because I didn't say better luck next time. Because again, people with that thought process, they hear better luck next time. Oh my god, I hate that. I can't stand when people say better luck next time. I don't want to rely on luck. But that was just a tangent that I found really cool in recent memory. Again, a few days ago. But back to, I don't really take compliments very well from people, just because I don't... It's not that I'm questioning the validity, I just don't see why it matters, per se. Like, for example, when people say, oh, I'm real quick, back to that Call of Duty gameplay there. The fact that I didn't kill that guy on the floor is insane. I hit 30 bullets in his shoulder, but hey, whatever. Sorry. I don't really take compliments well from people that I don't put on the same pedestal as me for whatever scenario or whatever thing I'm doing, right? Like when I hear somebody... Oh, here's a good example. Back when I was in school, I was in band, right? And I would do a jazz performance, right? Because I was in jazz band. And I'd hear from, like, family members, like, oh, I'm proud, you did really good. I would never really be like, oh my god, I know, thank you, man. I'd be like, no, I didn't do enough, right? Or something along those lines. And that, it keeps you really level-headed, but it makes people just kind of feel awkward. And I don't really like doing that, but that's just the way I am, right? You get the, I mean, I think you did fine. Yeah, I know, but I don't really care what you think about this. I appreciate it, but like, you're not me. You didn't do what I did. And I'm not happy with what I did. But that makes it feel all the better when you do get compliments from people that you are considering yourself to be on the same level as, or along those lines, right? Like, back to Apex, right? Because a lot of my thought process for things can relate to Apex, because I've played so much of it, the last 6 years of my life. There's a guy named Ender, you know him, from, the stream channel, all that, right? Any time that he's told me, like, that I've done something well, or that I'm good at the game, I will think about it way more highly than I will, thumbnail moment, than I will from someone else, like just a random person that I've, played the game with. Because it means so much more, because I know he's also good at the game, right? But I'm running out of time. I try to keep these no longer than the length of the gameplay, right? Because I want to fit that old vibe, right? But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about how I view the need to be perfect and things like that. It's not the healthiest, but it's also not the least healthy. I appreciate all the views on the first video. I plan on doing more of these. Thank you. Goodbye.